Just in the past few minutes, FedEx has filed a lawsuit against the U.S. government in the Court of International Trade, seeking a full refund for all costs it paid due to the president's emergency tariffs. And obviously that comes after the Supreme Court ruling. I mean, that's interesting. And, you know, how to unwind this.
Yep, it's going to be messy. That was one of the points that Justice Kavanaugh made in his dissent. Inevitably, if you're going to throw out the tariffs, a lot of action has happened on that front now for months. How do you unwind it? Do you unwind it? And I think even the president said in that press conference it's going to take a lot of litigation, and I suspect he's right about that.
Adrian?
Look, if I was President Trump, I would look at what the Supreme Court ruled and say, you know what, this is my off-ramp. Tariffs have not been working. They're only causing prices to go up among American families. It's a strategy that he tried, and it didn't work. So here's your off-ramp. Abandon your tariff strategy. Go forward. It allows you to refocus on the economy and try to actually implement policies that drive prices down as opposed to drive prices up.
Hello, President Trump. Here is a gift horse, just to make sure you don't look it in the Andes, looking it in the mouth. All right. So FedEx has become the first major company to sue the U.S. government to be repaid all of the money they spent on these illegal tariffs. And so what policies are going to be put in place to handle all of this? Well, I'm glad you asked. Here's Caroline Levitt with an answer that only sounds like it was 98% written by ChatGPT.
And of everyday Americans who are directly benefiting from his policies and making a few new policy announcements as well to continue tackling the affordability crisis that Joe Biden created 1 year ago. And the president will be talking about the positive metrics we have seen and moving forward towards making life again more affordable and prosperous for all Americans.
Yes, who can forget 1 year ago when Joe Biden became president and slapped tariffs on everything that... Hey, wait a minute. Donald Trump was president a year ago, not Joe Biden. Is Caroline Levitt lying? But in her defense, we are all living in a state of hypernormalization where nothing really seems real because everything's going on at the same time. Shock doctrine. Now, if you're one of the people who believes Donald Trump may not have the best priorities right now, congratulations. You are in the majority. But let's not forget who the real culprit is here, folks. Okay? It's polls. It's polls?
The job market is getting better. Last month, 130,000 jobs created. You saw third quarter GDP growth over 4%. So things are moving in the right direction, but the American people haven't yet fully felt it. And so they want us to be laser focused on these issues. And I think that's what the president needs to talk about tonight.
You conveniently left out fourth quarter GDP, which was at 1.4%. When you mentioned third quarter GDP was at 4.4, so fourth quarter GDP was way down.
Which
from that.
was revised, and you go through the revisions. But
Also, this poll I read you wasn't on Joe Biden's presidency. This poll was asking about, is President Trump focused on the right priorities? And 68% said no. Then you said you think the American people want you, members of the government, to be focused on the issues they most care about. Is this a suggestion that they don't think President Trump is?
Look, I really don't focus my time and energy on polls, which are a snapshot in time. I focus on what we actually have to do.
Hey, is somebody holding Mike Lawler hostage? Is he going to explode if he accidentally says how the economy is really doing? Life is so full of mysteries, isn't it? Now, personally, I think that if almost 70% of the people in the country you govern think your priorities might be a little off, maybe that's an excellent moment for Donald Trump to take a step back and look in the mirror. But in fairness, if you were Donald Trump, would you want to look in a mirror? And if he did look in a mirror, he might see that he looks like one half of the poster for one of the greatest films of all time.
This is Dumb and Dumber, Trump and Bassett. They've wrecked this economy. 1.4% GDP growth in the last quarter. Inflation back up to 3%. The worst jobs market we've seen since 2013. 2.2% GDP for the entire year. He inherited 2.8. It's a wrecking ball presidency. He's wrecking this economy. His entire economic paradigm is mass deportations, tax cuts for billionaires, and tariffs. And he's been exposed. He's a fraud. And by the way, the tariff, this is a self-dealing operation. This is about his personal portfolio. You know exactly what he did in Vietnam with the tariffs. He used them to get a deal on his golf course to fast-track his development. Connect the dot. This is unprecedented grift happening in real time.
You know, I wasn't sold on Gavin Newsom being president, but now I'm still not. Gotta hand it to him, though. I mean, that was an incredible zinger. A, he name dropped Dumb and Dumber, which was robbed at the Oscars. Okay. And B, he pointed out that, yeah, Trump's whole thing is a grift. I think one of the things that a lot, especially working class people, find appealing in Donald Trump is this idea that because he's already rich, he can't possibly be in it for the money. But here's the thing, being in it for the money is kind of a big part of getting rich. In fact, it's a huge part because you need a lot of money in order to be rich. And you can write that down, economists. Okay, that's a little, it's a little piece of wisdom for you. Fortunately, it seems like some people in Trump's base are slowly, if not painfully, realizing that, yes, Donald Trump, the most obvious con man in human history, might actually be, you're not going to believe it, a con man.
Underwater in the polls, not just the economy, though, but the immigration issue, foreign policy as well, Susan.
Everywhere, and it is among some of his base. These issues, when you're at those numbers that you see, 57, 62, negative disapproval, that means you're eating into some of your base.
And we're only, 8 months before the election?
But yeah, the poll numbers are horrible for these elected officials. And those folks at home, when they're at home talking to their constituents, they know it's even worse than what we're seeing on national polls for them. They feel it.
Oh, sorry. I was just was distracted. There's a ship sinking out there. Oh, wait, no, that's not a ship. Those are Trump's poll numbers. It's hard to tell. They're just going really, really low underwater. I mean, you love to see it. I'm actually reminded of something that was said by Lloyd Christmas, who plays Dumb in Dumb and Dumber. He says, tell her I'm rich, I'm good looking, and I have a rapist wit. I mean, the parallels just keep coming. Gavin really did nail that one. Now, hopefully, what's about to happen is what would be called a blue wave, because as I look at these poll numbers go down, I'm starting to see what also looks like a light at the end of the tunnel, which could be a good thing, or it could be, as Slavoj Žižek says, just another train headed toward us. Because if there is a blue wave for the midterms, and all that blue wave does is wash away a bunch of Republicans without giving substantive and material benefits to the working class, I can see the Trump administration leaning into the narrative that the Democrats are ineffective and us ending up in this exact same situation in 2028. But it's great to see. It's great to see the poll numbers go down, and it's great to see this whole tariff thing blow up in Trump's face. So I guess I am reminded yet again by something that Lloyd Christmas says. Let's all say it together. So you're telling me there's a chance. All right. I'll see you next time, folks.
Hey, thank you so much for watching that entire video. Now that you're here, you deserve a reward. And that reward is more Rebel HQ content. There's a lot of ways to get it. You can click the like button and the share, and then you share this video. It'll get subscribed to you more, the things that we make on this channel. But also, if you click the subscribe button and that little bell, it means you'll get notified every time that we release a new bit of content on this channel. And then if you're feeling really randy, why don't you just click the join button? And for a small little bit of financial support every month, you can keep this channel going, providing the path of most resistance to those who are trying to take away your rights and liberties. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.